Hello everyone and welcome to a new EZ3DTV tutorial. And I am your host Rex Red. We got to do the hand thing, okay? So yes, welcome. This is another awesome tutorial that we have set for you tonight. And we're going to switch this to the live chat. And so yes, tonight we are switching to another, well, we're going back in time, okay? We're going back just a little ways back to a time when I thought I would try to explain to you all how to use Hedge Maker. And, well, what happened was, okay, I kind of got waylaid when I realized the manual was like 20 pages. And so I've had a little bit of time to kind of think about it. And then I will find out if it is indeed fixed. So I'm going to move this a little closer so that my microphone is loud enough. My stream. Art, you are the first one here tonight. Welcome. And thank you for the likes, the thumbs up. I appreciate that very, very, very much. So tonight we're going to just jump right into this. And good evening. Angus is here. Wonderful. It's lovely to have you here. Lovely. So we have two chatters. Isn't that amazing? So, all right. What we're going to be doing today is I have the manual here. I have this right here is the, it's 20 pages, okay? It's a little bit daunting, but then I thought, well, you know, I bet about half of it is for the hedge set maker. And so then it wasn't quite as daunting. And I have this. It's a very wonderful. What we're going to do first is find this hedge maker. Hedge. And, okay, hedge maker. Hedgerow kit. Wild rose hedgerows. Shrubs for Daz Studio. Hedgerow kit. Okay, so what I need to do is go in here, go to the utilities, and hedge merger. Okay, that's something. I hope this just doesn't all of a sudden get me intimidated again. So I've thought I made some spots up here, but apparently I didn't. So we'll just put Hedge Maker in the one that has spots in it. So this is 2. And then we'll go here to this. And we're going to go assign action, visual menus, and we'll go most used 3, save action. Okay, and then we go here. This is the most used 3. We'll put it here. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. I don't think we use these. I think they're just something anomalies. I don't think they're actually. Okay, so then we go here and we go to this, assign action, content items. Okay, apparently I don't have them selected properly. So there's Hedge Maker. Hedge Maker, make me a hedge. All right, so we go back here and all right, there's Hedge Merger. Okay, I think I want to have the Hedge Builder first. So let's see if we can get that to work. We'll go here. Okay, it seems like it's going to work now. And we're going to go in here and assign action. Okay, we're going to do the set builder first. And then we will do this other thing, hedge merger. which is pretty cool. Oh, that just told me there was something else that about this. Maybe this is something that I've kind of needed to learn about. This may require part. Welcome, people. Welcome, and thank you for the likes on my video. It's very nice to have you here tonight. So I have now the hedge icons, which means I don't have to come in here now and now with his props. Okay, this comes with a bunch of, okay, actually I need this prop, okay, and I don't know if this will work, but let's go here, and I'm going to need this prop, and we're going to go assign action, sign pole. I'll know as soon as I try to use it, okay, and that will start right here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a piece of, actually I'd rather use a piece of Ultra Scenery 2 land. So I know you don't have to have Ultra Scenery to do this. You just need a plane, okay? Well, why don't we just... All right, I do want to use Ultra Scenery 2 land. Okay, so we're going to go resolution 128. Okay, and then I'm going to come here to this land, and we're going to go width, and we'll go 40. And so now we're going to put a sphere in the middle of our scene. And, okay, I'm going to put a light in here so this doesn't white out my land here. And now we're going to move our camera up. Now our sphere is here. Look how beautiful that plane is for Ultra Scenery. Now, Ultra Scenery 2. So we're going to bring our sphere up, which is now right there. That is the center of our world. The center of my world. Okay, now here we go. Now I can click on this, and we can go and look at this land. See what I just did? It was at 64. If we go 64, as you can see, that's larger. So, but we're going to just go 40. Don't think I need this land. We're just going to make some little hedges. Okay, and we're just going to follow through the, oh, let's go back here. All right. I'm sorry about that. Well, let's see. I just put a sphere in the scene. You have to tell me when I forget to switch my camera view. Okay, so unless you don't want me to. All right, so this was 64. All right, see, this is what you can do with Ultra Scenery 2. With Ultra Scenery 1, you get one piece size of land, and I believe that's it. You can't change it, but I can just come in here and say, I don't want it that big. So I can go there. Now I can click the sphere and jump down back into the world. You have a lovely home. Why, thank you, Art. This is very nice of you. Very nice. Thank you kindly. So we're now going to open this up. Now, if I hold the alternate and I click this, okay, so this doesn't work. Okay, these will work, okay? But putting the signpost in, okay, sign pole 1, I guess it does. You just have to, you can't hold the shift key like he tells you to. I mean, the alternate key and like place it exactly where you want it. But we'll know if the next one I put in has a 2 on it, okay? So let's go here with sign pole. Okay, it does actually work to put them in. You just have to align them manually across the ground. It's like, and I just found the alternate key didn't really place it exactly where you want it, because you go and it looks like there's a circle there and you put it there and it puts it like way far away. The alternate key doesn't necessarily do that well, but as you can see, this has a 2 on it, so that means that it is actually working. So let's do one more hedge. We'll go, well, let's see what he says in the instructions. Building, to follow example straight out of the box, you need to have, okay, nature brushes. Okay, now we're going to go here. So you are ready to start to create your first hedge. Be sure you have an empty DAZ Studio scene for the first introduction. Now drag your first sign pole into your scene. DAZ Studio has a very nice, okay, I can jump over that, HM signpost into the scene. While dragging it onto the scene on Mac, okay, it says to hold alternate, but that doesn't work with that, so I just dragged it in and put it where I wanted it. Okay, place the HM sign poles like in the picture. Okay, so I think in the picture, now I've got my mic right in the way. Yeah, he's got 3 sign poles. So we'll do one more sign pole. Look how easy it is. Okay, there's a sign pole. And let's put this sign pole back here. Okay, so we're gonna follow these examples. I'm not gonna try to make a scene. I just want to try and get this to work. And then we're gonna work our way through as far as we can get through this. Okay, you're gonna see how powerful this is. Okay, so now I have an ultra scenery 2 piece of land here that this is put in. Okay, so I can put the grass in, I can put the trees in, but this allows me to just put also like a row of stones or a row of little teeny trees, or a row of big trees, or a row of hedges or flowers or grass. It lets me put anything, little pebbles, and thousands of pebbles if I want. Okay, so this is what's really amazing about this product. Okay, so but we are just starting out with using it, and I have no idea. I did read through some of this today. You will automatically set the correct name and texture, so it's okay. So place the sign poles in the picture. No need for perfection, but this is a good starting point to build a hedge from. Okay. As you see, the HM sign poles will automatically set the correct name and texture, so it's easy to see which one is which and which way the hedge will be built, lower to higher. Okay, so it's going to be built from here to there to there. Okay, now that's one page. Okay, we'll turn that upside down so that we don't have to redo. Okay, now it's time to start Hedge Maker and create our first hedge. Oh boy, let's see. Let's open Hedge Maker now. Okay, it says we're in Iray. It wants to fix it. So apparently it doesn't like us in Iray. I can't see a blasted thing here. I don't know why this used to. Okay, let's close this. Control L maybe. Okay, at least that works. Okay, so we go back here now. Open Hedge Maker. Okay, open Hedge Maker. This is Hedge Maker, the graphic user interface. It is divided into several main areas. The top area is the hedge setup information. Okay, this would be here. Okay, the hedge setup information. And the lower area, okay. Information is where you, for example, set the width of the hedge, and that means like how wide it is this way, okay, and set the width of the hedge, and select what item to build on if you are building on another prop, which we are not doing quite yet. Well, that's good because that would just confuse the heck out of me. Below is a large gray box. This is where your hedge layout will be visible. Okay, apparently, okay, it says a gray box, but I think it's still talking about the top part. I think this is the hedge layout. This is actually a white box. They said at the beginning of this tutorial that the interface had changed some since they wrote the manual. It's like, well, you can't go back and edit the manual and fix it. It's like, no, we just decided to leave all the discrepancies here. So, but that's okay. A row where you add sets to the hedge. Which prop to build? Which props to build the hedge from? The types are shown to the right of each hedge maker. Okay, so maybe they're talking about this because there's nothing to the right, to the left of that. So they're talking about this gray box. Okay, so actually they did it right. The types are shown to the right. Each hedge maker set is defined to one of those 4 categories. It has to do with several things, but basically, okay, one of these 4 categories. I don't see anything with 4 categories. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 categories here. Any mat type, okay. So it's not really telling us, okay. Each hedge maker is defined to one of those 4 categories. Okay, 4 categories. Okay, I guess we're going to go with Iray. Now I'm jumping ahead. Okay, now set any map type. All right, let's go with any mat type, just so. Okay, this looks like 4 categories. Okay, it says trees, bushes, grass, flowers, other. Okay, and then this says more than 4. So I guess these are the 4 categories. This says then select the Andrei Petriakov, and it says bushes set. Okay, that's selected, and click the add. Okay, so now we have this, and you have to make sure that you own the ant. This doesn't come with any bushes or trees. It comes with a few rocks. So if you don't own this set, it won't work. So he says you can make your own. That was what kind of stumbled me up on this, because I tried to make my own, and then I kind of just got lost. All right, click the add, but the number of available sets for each type is really based on what products you have in your library. Only sets where all products are in your library are visible in the pop-up menu to the right if the current list on the particular system, but this will vary depending on which sets you have. I happen to have all of the sets that I'm a tree and bush and flower kind of guy, so I bought like every tree and bush and flower thing from way back, even stuff that wasn't Iray. So are visible the pop-down menu. So right to the right is the current list on the particular system. So this, I guess, is the list. Oh, this is the list on the system, maybe. Okay. But this will vary depending on which sets you have and what props you have. All sets you create yourself will be listed here. When you have added the set, it will show up in the list, and a colored bar will be visible in the layout box. Okay, I think this is called the layout box. Now, let me explain something, okay, because this took me a while to get my head around. And that is like, okay, well, what if I make a set? Like, okay, I make a set and I take, this tree and that bush and this. Well, that's not going to make a hedge, okay, because then you got a tree and then you got a bush and you got some grass, and if you're, if you remember in your in your product in smart content, when you look at like an asset like grass, you'll notice that there's several different like pieces of grass. They're all slightly different. Well, that they would be a good candidate to make a set out of, okay? Because they're grass and they can all kind of mix together to make a row of grass or a wide margin of grass. So you wouldn't put like, just logically, you wouldn't put like a piece of grass up here and then a piece and then a tree. Maybe you could, and so you could just have like a tree and then one piece of grass and then a bush and then a tree and one piece of grass and a bush. You could theoretically, but that's not really how you would do it. You would theoretically want to use, maybe you wouldn't want all of them to be the same exact apple tree, but it won't really matter that much because you can rotate. It will rotate. These are going to have something to do with random rotation, okay? So that part also I had to like wrap my head around it, okay? Because I wanted to make like sets and put all kinds of stuff in and say, I'll just pick what I want to use. That's not how you do it. It says trees, bushes. I don't know what's in this set. And if I double click on it, it doesn't open. It's not really showing me what's in this set. But this is what we're going to learn, okay? It says set type, tree and bushes. Now we have tree, bushes, we have grass and flowers. So trees and bushes are very similar, but you'd either want to have trees, I would assume in a set. Now, I could be wrong, but this is something logistically that we have to think out, okay? Is do we want, if we either want bushes in our rows, in our row of whatever, or we want trees, but we don't want a tree and then a bush, and maybe you do, but not really. Generally, you're going to want, hello, Sakar. I have 126 of Martin Frost, 295 products. Welcome, Sakar. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have 5 people here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you, people, for being here. Please leave a like on my video. I need likes. I know, I need likes. So, 126 of Martin Frost, 295 products. All of those I own were freebies over the last years. So that'll be busy. Yes, Jack Tomlin makes nice plant assets too. I only own 80, again, mostly free. I have paid for a bunch of my Martin Frost stuff too. But as you are very correct, Art, many of Martin's products, you come in, you get up in the morning, or you go at 3 o'clock in the morning, and there's another awesome asset by Martin Frost that is free. And that's what makes this, it's so awesome that Daz does that. And I always think, it's like, I think, poor Martin, where does he make his money? So, but I always, then I think, well, him and Daz must have some kind of deal. They just pay him, $1 million a year. I don't know. But I would imagine they make a good amount of money. That's me. My like is 3rd today. Oh, very nice. Thank you for the like, Sakar. Very, very nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we have now we are working with Hedge Maker, okay? We've placed these things from Hedge Maker, okay? And you can't copy and paste them. You have to, or duplicate them. You have to drop them in from the asset And every time you drop one in, it changes the number, and it goes up to like, I don't know, like 30 or some of these, like, and then it goes through the alphabet. After it gets up to number like 30 of these, then it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z. And so now I think you can create another instance of this, but I'm not sure, okay? We're going through. We're going to learn this, okay? So we have now placed, we've came here, and it says any mat. We went to trees and bushes, and he said to put in the Andrei Petreyakov bushes, okay? So we have put the bushes in. Now, a lot of Andrei Petreyaskov's products are not Iray, and so, but I happen to own, I think I own the ones that are. I think some of them are not Iray, and I usually don't like to buy plants that aren't Iray, because I just, a couple of times, you know, I have this Iray, this 3 Delight to Iray program by Sickle Yield utility or script by Sickle Yield, and it works most of the time, but a few times the transparencies didn't quite work, and it like took me hours to figure it out. But you can figure it out and then get it to work. So those are the only things. Most things don't have like those transparencies, but plants and trees and stuff have tons of transparencies. And so that's just one thing to think about when converting your plants and flowers from 3 Delight to Iray, okay? That you have to get the transparencies to work. Okay, so let's go on here. This will, depending on which set you have, all sets you create yourself will be listed there. When you have added the set, it will show up in the list, and a colored bar will be visible in the layout box. Okay, so this is the colored bar that's visible in the layout box, and notice it's the same color as that. So that is our, okay, is our, this Andrei, that is this set of, that's been made by Andrei Petreyakov. Okay, and so then there are, now the next page, there are several sliders that are activated when you select a hedge in the layer. Okay, so we select this, or I guess it would be here. Okay, you select this, and they are all used to control the appearance. Okay, I lost my camera. Okay, it's just bound to happen today. All right, I think what I have to do is turn that off and turn this back on again. And we should get our camera back. But what we're going to do is undo that. Okay, I'm back. All right. Let's see. So we have all these sliders. They appear when we click off. They go away, but when we click on this, they appear. Rex and chat, letting you know I'll be watching the stream and Chris Cox's Twitch at the same time. I'll try to keep up with the conversation. Awesome art. That is very awesome. Have a wonderful time there as well. Very nice. So the hedge, and they are all used to control the appearance, positioning, and layout of the hedge layer. The hedge will often be constructed from multiple layers that combined creates a very good looking hedge. The controls are, okay, layer density controls how dense the layer will be populated. The more dense, the more instances. Okay, layer scale. This controls the companion to layer density and exists to be able to get a finer granularity control controlling the density. This is more important. This is more important the smaller the props are. For example, pebbles can very easily be a lot as they are small and tightly packed. It will fit a lot of them into a layer. So you want to be careful if you're doing something that's tiny, not to make the layer too big and set the density, or you're going to end up with 18 million of them, okay? Layer density. Okay, layer density. So we layer, okay, these are the layer density controls. Okay, and so we actually have layer scale, we have layer density, density scale, okay? Okay, layer diversity, okay, layer diversity. As all Hedge Maker sets consist of several props, all slightly different, the higher the diversity, the more. Oh, and Art, I added Hedge Maker into the video description. Thanks to your suggestion. So it's in there, and Hedge Maker is actually on sale. It's, I believe it's more than what I paid for it. But it's not a bad price, considering it's $35. Okay, and we just go through a few. This is what Hedge Maker does. You can put these are the little stones along here. You can do all kinds of this stuff, okay? And there's little breaks. You can have little breaks in the hedge, okay? And this is another one where they put flowers along and these little stones probably along the path. I'm not sure exactly. This one looks kind of terrible, and they also put some trees across there. This one is flowers, and apparently they did it where they did the circle, and then they did it like this, that. So it followed the whole pattern. Or maybe they did each one of these lines as a separate thing. You can do it that way too. All right, so we've looked at that before. So it's up to you. It's on sale. It's up to you if you want. It is now 17, so 20. So it's about 10. Daz didn't know I was making this tutorial. It just happens to be on sale. I believe I got it for about $10. So around that. So I waited for days and days. Every day I checked. Every day I checked and checked and checked and checked. And it finally went on a massive sale, and I had a bunch of tokens to go with it. So there we go. So that's Hedge Maker. So we have layer diversity, as all Hedge Maker sets consist of several props. Okay, this is starting to now click bells, okay? They consist of several props, all slightly different. That's the whole thing, is they're slightly different. The higher the diversity, the more different props will be used. The upside is more real-looking results. The downside is more memory used for real props, as every different prop needs to be loaded once before instances can be used. Okay. So it apparently looks at the props, and it looks at the height. It looks at the width, and it looks and says these. It may like order them and say, okay, these are all very similar, but that one's very different, and that one's very different, and that one's very different. That may be how you can put more. My idea would be not to put things in, like, don't put trees and bushes in the same set. Okay, that just kind of makes sense to my brain. That does, but then what if you put like 15 pieces of sprigs of grass, and you eat, like it says, if you put the diversity all the way up, it's going to use all 15, and each one that it adds is going to add another like thing into your scene. And maybe you find you don't need all of them, that you only need like 3 different ones, and so you can bring this diversity down and it will only put so many in. I wish there was a way to look at this set. There is a way to look at this set through, but we're not going to close this. Okay, so that's okay. Different props need to be loaded once before instances can be used. So this can be a performance issue if you crank it up to 11, but for a reasonable small hedge close to the camera, this is what turns it from good to great looking. Okay, because that means that up close to the camera, you have a diversity of hedges rather than the same one, like just rotated. Okay, so that is what he's saying. Okay, then layer placement left to right. Layer placement left, center, right. Okay, so we have left, center, right. So this gradually goes here. So, okay, this, I think, okay, this makes sense. So if you want your hedges in the back, and then you want another layer that's going to be grass and another layer that's going to be rocks in front of it or something. So left, center, right. What happens when we double click on it? It doesn't center. So I guess 50 would be the middle. I'm not sure. And if we go all the way to the right, that would be 100. Yeah. And that would be 0. Okay. So 9, 50, 50.2, 50. Okay, so it's like impossible to get it, so you just have to type in 50. Okay, layer width. Okay, I'm not going to, okay, that's at 50, so I guess we can mess with this. So we just know that that's 100% if you want it to cover the whole area. That might be for trees, or I'm not sure how wide. Okay, it tells you right here. It says 0.8 meters. Or 3 feet. That's like a lot. Okay, so to 1 point to 3. Okay, that's to 1 foot. Okay, 0.2 meters. Okay, so that's 3 feet. You would think that would be the width of a big apple tree, or no, that'd be like. Okay, so it doesn't seem like, but maybe it's only using the trunk, where it's placing the trunk. I'm not sure, okay. But let's put this back to 50 for now, and then he's going to tell us what to put these at. So, all right, and layer placement, left, okay, that's left, center, right. Okay, this control sets where on the hedge the layer will appear. For a normal kind of countryside hedge, just placing all layers in the center looks good. But if you, for example, are making a country road with trees to the left, flowers to the right, you align the layers that way then. Okay, layer width. Okay, so, all right, I thought we did layer width. Okay, well, that was placement left, center, right. Okay, and layer width, I did it, but I didn't, I jumped ahead. Control sets the width of the layer in percentage of the total hedge width you have on the hedge setup information box. If you make the hedge wider or more narrow, the layer width will follow. Okay. All right, we'll follow. with one exception that I will explain. A layer cannot be narrower than the maximum width that the prop for that layer has. If you have large trees on a narrow layer, it won't work, okay? Okay, I can hear you now saying, but trees have a narrow stem and a wide crown. That was what I was saying. That is something I will show in detail in the HM set builder. But I can say, oh, this much, okay? But I can say this much. There is a setting for that, okay? Okay, so, and then we have layer untidy. Okay, layer untidy. This control sets how much misalignment the prop is in the layer will have. If you want a perfectly planted park hedge in a British royal garden, you set this very low, and it is almost natural hedge. And it is an almost natural hedge with lots of wild self-planted bushes. Set this high. Okay, if you want it like that, then set it high. Untidy controls the random spacing along the hedge. If you set it to 0, it will just make a line along the center of the stretch to use, for example, with fences. Okay. Layer rotation. We will talk about this one later. Okay. So, and we got random, fixed, and follow. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. And we have a random seed down here. Okay, so that. And so let's add another layer. This time a grass layer using Isha's natural grass. Where's natural grass? Tell me I don't have Isha's natural grass. Oh, grass layer. Okay. Uh-oh. Maybe I don't have all these. Let's see. Let's go here. Isha. Oh, foreground blends. It says natural grass. By Isha. Okay, this is. This might be something we want to add to the cart. It's $8. It's 60% off. I'm not sure that I can get that right now, but or if I even need this right now, because I have like all kinds of grass. But this comes with some stuff. Okay, now the problem is the reason why I probably didn't buy this is Iray, but it doesn't say natural grass. For Bryce, grassy grounds, simple grasslands. Let's open some of these up and see which other ones are from Isha. Simply grass. Traveler's natural, traveler's natural. Let's just try natural grass. Simple grasslands, we'll open that one. Desert Botanica. No, I'm quite sure. Oh, that one's, okay, these ones that I own. These, okay, we go simple grass. I don't own that one. Grassy Grounds Mega Pack. That's another Isha. Simple grass. This is Martin Frost. I don't own that one. Is this Iray? Yeah. Presets for Iray. That looks horrible. Just terrible. This was like before things got really good. This doesn't look bad. That looks pretty good, and I could put you can put sub D on this. Now that is, I believe, that's Roy. Okay. It at least tells me kind of that this was done at least after Roy became a character. So this looks pretty good, actually. This isn't too bad. So there's another one, add to cart. So the grass is apparently, we add this. We'll see what these look like in the cart. Simple grass expanse, Predatron. Let's see what these look like. Okay, they're still roughly at the same price. They didn't just jump down in price when I added them. Okay, this grass expanse, this isn't really like a grass thing. It probably has, it does have some grass and trees, but it doesn't look like the grass is actually something you can isolate. They're not separate objects. They're just kind of put in there. Because it looks like there's a bunch of stuff here, and none of it looks like it's here in this group here. Well, see, these aren't really grass. They're like bushes. They're nice. And this one looks kind of whited out a bit. This is something that I have wanted for a while too, but it's just, I'm not going to be able to buy all this stuff. But Desert Botanica. Why don't I own this? This product is in this bundle. Okay, that's why, because I own the bundle. And I bet that's maybe the case with a lot of these things. They're in bundles. Product add-ons. Okay, that's Simple Grass Expanse. Okay, this, see this one right here? It's like, oh, it looks like it's awesome, but it is not Iray. That's what you have to be careful with. I mean, it looks beautiful, kind of, but it's not Iray. Delight, very old product. This is Aisha also, grassy. All right, so it's saying that we need to have Aisha Naturals, okay, Naturals grass. This is Traveler's Naturals. And that is not Aisha. I bet it's not even for sale anymore. Let's look at this again. Aisha, E-S-H-A, Naturals Grass Set. All right, well, let's go back here. So, let's try this one instead. Add. Okay, so that got another color. So go layer placement, and width, and layer placement. Why didn't this go all the way to the edge? Which doesn't make sense, but okay. Layer placement. Layer width. Okay. No idea what's going on here, okay? Or if this is going to work. It says grasses, waste plant collection, grasses, grass. Okay, this might not work. But I think we'll get the main gist of it. Okay, let's put this here. Okay. Align both layers to the middle and make the grass layer a bit wider than the bushes layer. Okay, that's an idea. All right, so we'll go and we'll put the bushes layer in the middle and make the grass layer wider. Okay, layer placement. Now, okay, that's weird. Now the bushes are like inside. Okay, it's just kind of a thing. Okay, a bit wider than the bushes. So we are ready for the first hedge. It do not need more than 2 layers. It does not need more than 2 layers. If you really are into hedge making, you can have up to 8 different layers, but that's for a later chapter. Oh boy. All right, so here we go. We adjust the layer controls a little for the population. For the bushes layers, we set the density scale to less than 0.05. Okay, so for the bushes, 0.05. Well, it's good we know that. All right, for the bushes, which we give us some bushes, but not a lot. We do not want a dense English manor hedge. As we want different props, we raise the layer diversity. Then the layer untidy, we want it to look less strict. For the grass layer, we bump the layer density to almost 4. Okay, well, we're at 20, so let's go to like 4. Oh, that's layer diversity. Layer density. Did I just do the scale? I think I did. This is supposed to be layer. Okay, density and scale. Well, no idea. It didn't say scale. What to do with scale? Oh, to a little. Okay, density scale. We adjust the layer controls a little for the population. For layer density scale, less than 5. Less than 0.5 for density. Do you want, okay, as we want different props, we raise the diversity and then the layer untidy as we want it to look less strict. Okay, diversity and less layer untidy. Okay. As this is a fairly small hedge, the usage of some different props won't matter, but for a huge hedges with many layers, that is the background and not close to the camera. Keeping diversity down will save memory, keeping to speed up rendering. Now we are ready to generate the button. Okay, I don't remember doing the plants and all this diversity stuff here, but we'll bring the density down on the plants. Oh, it said to bring that up to 4, maybe it said. density, scale. All right, let's see, layer untidy. All right, let's close, okay, so now it says, has this is it close the, but it's hedge usage memory. Oh, now we're ready to click the generate button. Okay, it says how many instances, bushes, trees and bushes 0. Okay, so we can go back and we'll go layer density for the trees and bushes. We'll go with the density scale down. Okay, let's try this again. Generate. That's what it said it would come in. So it's not it's putting grass, but it's just not putting any. Layer diversity. Let's bring the diversity up. Maybe that's it. Maybe there's only a few things and okay, generate. Still no trees and bushes. Okay, what if we let go the density scale to very low? Generate. Nope. Cancel planting. All right. Layer width. All right, let's go like that. Maybe the trees are really wide. And then we'll go layer width like that. Generate. Still no trees. Okay, generate. Okay, that gave us more than when I brought the density scale. We got three of them. One for, okay. Dense layer diversity. Let's do this more. 4. Yay. Layer width. Okay, that's what changes the width. Untidy. Let's bring this down a little bit. See what happens if we get them in the center. Maximum instances. It seems as though there should be more trees than layer density. Let's try the density up. 10. Okay, that jumped. Generate. 16. Continue planting. 97 props. Okay, let's see what this looks like in Iray. Nothing. How about in render settings? 1000. Come on. Would you like to choose a directory now to, yeah, okay. So this will go up. Well, it's probably going to crash. No, okay, where were we? Think it was here. And one of these says something about, okay, what if we cancel that? Oh. Okay, I don't see anything. Let's see if we go control out of here. What if we look under this? Okay, there's our hedge, okay? So something's really weird about the placement because we go into Iray here. We got a hedge down there instead of up. And if we take the, but our poles were up in the air, which is kind of strange. That our hedge is down there. And let's see. We didn't get very much grass. But I mean, it kind of worked, but now I think we can still open Hedge Maker like this and it will kind of fix it. Okay, let's go. Yes. Okay, so we can go back in. All right, layer density for the grasses. Generate. Now there's 400 pieces of grass. Let's go here and see. We take ultra scenery here. Okay, that's a few more pieces of grass. Okay, let's just get a little closer and see what. So it ran it straight across the bottom. There's a reason why this is working like this, okay? Because we have to create like another kind of layer thing that lays over the grass, like a bodysuit that lays over the ground to make this work, I think, okay? So it didn't say put a plane in, it just said lay them, you know, along the plane. So you can't, it's just not going to follow the land until you do something special with it. But this isn't bad. And so we go back into Hedge Maker. Okay. And what if we take the trees like this and we do a lot more density on the trees, on the grass, and we take the width of the grass and we take this and move that like that. Generate. Okay, we got 16 trees. Okay, Iray. Okay, that did kind of put the grass in front. So you can see our trees are kind of behind it. Hedge Maker. We got something happening here. Okay, we go to this. Hedge Maker. Yes, okay, we'll move the tree layer. Layer width. Placement. Layer width. And then this one, layer width. Let's just see, kind of play with this and see, replace. We have 11 trees now. Continue planting. Okay, we made it a little narrower, more narrow. Okay, so it's kind of working in this laid it right along. Okay, we go right along our basic plane. If we put a plane in here, you'd see that it's flat. Okay, it lays it, so it didn't follow the ultra scenery, even though I had a there's a reason why, and like I said, I believe we have to like lay, I don't know if it works like D-force, but it kind of lays on the ground and it's a different thing, so that this has its own kind of bodysuit that it follows. It's kind of weird how that works. I don't know why it can't just follow the texture of the ground, but like the way that I would assume there's going to be a new Hedge Maker coming out. Okay, so but it wouldn't hurt. Anus, welcome. I'm sorry I didn't see your chat. Welcome, friend. Nice to have you here. We are working with Hedge Maker. We are checking out this Hedge Maker program to see how this works. And I wonder just how, let's put a figure in the scene. A lot has changed anew since you were here. We've been doing lots of stuff. Let's put the dev load in. Let's just see how large, where our figure shows up and how large they are compared to these. Okay, so these are kind of hedges. They're sort of like hedges. Now, if we go up to our perspective view, or we go up here, we turned off ultra scenery. Now, what happens if we move our posts? Okay, let's move them back down so that they're at least, let's just get rid of this ultra scenery for now and move our posts down to the ground. I think there's a way to do it by just, but okay, there is a way just to go here to our parameters. Welcome, Anus. It's been a while since you've been here. We're going to just go 0 at Y, 0, and 0, up, Y, 0. Okay, so this is kind of how it followed. It followed it in a very straight line to these. So if you want it to kind of curve, then you got to put a bunch of these kind of so they curve better. All right, let's see if we can go back into Hedge Maker and just alter this a little bit still and see what happens. Okay, it's not here. So we are working with this Hedge Maker program, and we're trying to learn how to make hedges. And, okay, so density for this one here, okay, it's not that high, so we bring this density up for really high for the trees and see if we end up with a lot more trees. 31, okay, continue planting, that's not too many. 106, okay, let's go into Iray and see what that looks like. That's not bad. That's a hedgerow. What happened to... I think I deleted my person. I don't think we need this sphere here anymore. And let's bring back in our dev load, just so we have a perspective on... Now, it's not a lot of grass here. Okay, now if I open this set builder, okay, let's make some sets. We go here, set builder. Okay, we're going to go with Iray. Set type, let's go grass. Set name. Open saved set. Add hedge props. Okay, bramble. Plants. Okay, let's find the grass we want here first. Grass. Grass. Yes, Anus was here for a moment and he has stepped out again. Let's see what we've got here. Grass, default. Okay, let's use this grass right here. Okay, this grass. Let's explore product. Well, if we're going to show asset and browse to file location. Okay, this is Copy. All right, let's open that. Now let's open back up our set builder. Hedge props. We put this up here. Control V. All right, why isn't it showing me any preview? Usually there are previews. There are like little pictures. Okay, this doesn't work, so what we do is we go up, okay, here, and pick the ones we want. Grass patch 003. Grass patch, okay, 2 tip, 3 tip, 4 tip, 5 tip, 6 tip, 7 tip, okay. So we'll go, what is this, grass patch, which I don't see any tips. Tree, grass patch, daisies, okay, grass patch. These say grass patch. Grass patch 7. Okay, open those. All right, now I don't think I want this one here. It's just a little too big. Delete. Drop from set. Or this one. Okay. And we want Iray, I guess. Okay, I think these are Iray, but I'm not sure. Trees and bushes, grass, set type, set name, and these are USC2 grass. Grass. Okay. Save the set. Base size. Okay, would be 100%, I guess. The base size. Let's just save the set and see if it works. Okay, now we go here, back to our Hedge Maker. We go here, Hedge Maker. Yes. Now instead of this, we're going to switch this to grass. Grass. Okay, the grass set. Generate. See if this works. Yes. Replace. Oh, we got some grasses. Continue planting. All right. Close that. See what it looks like. Did it use our grass set? Well, I don't know that that's the grass set. It looks kind of like the same one, but maybe not. No, this is probably it. I don't know. It's not very much. Hedge Maker, fix it. Settings from the selected hedge, yes. Okay, it's saying that this is still the waste plant collection. Let's just remove that, yes. Okay, so what we did wrong here, we go to grass. Grass, add. All right, then we go with our layer density, layer width, and layer placement. And what would be diversity? Bring that up. Generate. Replace. 350, 45. Okay, continue planting. This is a little bit more grass. Number of props and instances only 188 though. All right, that's different grass. That kind of looks pretty cool. All right, so if this was a piece of land here, this would look pretty good. Oh, they're bombing my street again with fireworks. All right, now let's try making another set with some different bushes, okay? Let's see if we can kind of perfect this a little bit. This may end up with, like, you know, I'm only on page 5, all right, of this, and that we haven't learned how to, like, put this across, like, an actual piece of, like, land that's not flat, okay? So, but let's do something here with this. Let's make another set. Okay, which means we got to look up bushes. Bush. Okay. And let's try these. Okay, so we're going to go to browse to file location. Oh, these ones have pictures. All right, so that's nice. Oh, that's okay, because I didn't go through one. Okay, so which ones do we want? When we open Hedge Maker, I don't think it shows the pictures, so which kind of sucks. But then it shows, okay, so if I just load everything, then I can delete out what I don't want. So all we have to do is select this and go copy. Now I've got it figured out. All right, so we go back to here. No, not yet. We select Hedge Maker now, and we go out of Iray. It doesn't like Iray. Okay, so you can kind of understand why. Do you want to load? Yeah, load that. Now let's get rid of this. Okay, so we remove that. And then, oh, we're in the wrong place. Close this. All right, we have to go back to this, to our set builder. Add hedge props. We go here. B, paste that in. Go like that. Open. And we've got some hedge props. I'm wondering what this line thing here is. I should have loaded one in to see what it actually is. It could be a shadow or something, but these things, okay, are not quite looking what I wanted them to be. They all have this thing jutting out. Okay. Let's just leave them all here, okay? And we're going to call this Cytisus. MJFBB TISUS. Okay, save the set. Close. All right, now we open up Hedge Maker. Load that. Okay, now we get rid of this. Remove. Yes. And then we add bushes and trees. Okay, I don't think I saved it. It's the right thing. Grass. I didn't. I saved it as bushes and trees, I think. Oh, okay, they're bushes. Okay, so that's good. And then we add. And we move the placement up. I guess that's good. We layer density. Let's bring it way up. Density scale. I forgot what that was. But generate. See what happens. Replace. Oh, okay, I did that right. All right, so we got 33 of these cytisus, whatever. Continue planting. And a bunch of grass. Let's see what this looks like in Iray. Now I think there's a way to also give them, these don't have, all right. All right, so what we could do, let's go back into Hedge Maker. Hedge Maker, make me a hedge. Fix it. I know, that's not funny anymore. Let me see, do you want to hold the settings for, yes, load that. What we'll do is we'll move this layer here, generate. Let's see what that looks like. Art. Art still thinks it's funny. Well, thank you, Art. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, what I'm seeing right now is that they look like they don't have any rotation on them. But all right, and also it did put different ones in. Okay, but it looks like it didn't, like, I'm not sure exactly how many of these, okay, but there's no rotation. What happens if we mess with our rotation? Okay, it's going to say fix it. Okay, fix it. Load it. What happens if we get some rotation here? Okay, and then untidy layer. Okay, that's for this site, and we want to bring a little bit more density scale. Okay, what if we bring this down? Let's see, generate. Does it go up? Replace. Okay, that was 14. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to go back in. I think that just brought it down. So what if we bring the density scale up? Maybe it makes them smaller and closer together. Let's see. Here. Load. Okay, density scale. What happens if we go up? Generate, replace. Okay, that brought them closer together. That gave us 109 of these, okay? And we should also have some rotations, so wow. Wow, wow, wow. But I wonder if it's going to make them like really tiny like the grass, okay? Let's see. It doesn't look like they're tiny. It just brought maybe the base of them or something. Now that looks pretty nice. That would be kind of nice to go along like a little road, you know? And if you look now, I think they're rotated. They don't look like they're all... Okay, now... all right, let's go in and play with this some more. Once you kind of get something working, you are using... Okay, fix that. Turn it out off in NVIDIA. Now let's go to this grass. Let's put some rotation on our grass. And then also let's do the layer width, like a lot more. And let's put the citresis in the middle. And we'll go with the grass. We'll raise the density scale on that. Layer density. Okay, hedge. Okay, proxies in viewport for tree, bush, grass instances. Okay, we can select visible in viewport, but I don't know that we want to do that. In viewport for tree, bush. I haven't seen any proxies yet. Okay, let's go here to Iray. Just for the heck of it, let's see. Grove. Okay, for some reason. Oh, there's the hedgerow. Okay. And grass. Okay, so those are, okay, so create placement map. Okay, this is something here, this placement map, something going on there. Random seed, random. Okay, or fixed or follow, we'll go random. And layer untidy for the grass, we'll make that a little untidy. And diversity, we'll bring that up so it puts all the different pieces of grass in. Okay, generate, replace. 1,000 pieces of grass, which is not very much. Not considering what Iray usually puts in. What Ultra Scenery usually puts in. Okay. I wonder if Anus is gonna come back. Okay, enough. Okay, look at that. That is a hedgerow, if I've ever seen one. Okay, I thought our hedgerow was kind of in the, was kind of in the center. Okay, it doesn't look like it's in the center. Maybe it got moved or something. Hedge Maker, fix, take it out of Iray, load this. Okay, if we take our grass, layer width and make it full size, and then we take this density scale, but then we take this and we move this up about in the center. It would be 50. And what if we make it a little narrower? Layer width. Okay, and layer diversity. Let's, okay, bring a bunch of the different all of the different ones in. Let's bring them all in. Generate. Replace. Okay, 1,000. We got 80 of this. I made it more narrow, so. But we should have a nice, like, diversity of all the different plants from that whole set. Oh, yay, the finale's happening. Okay, Iray. Come on, Iray. You can do it. I know you can. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is so beautiful. That is beautiful. So what I could do here, okay, thank God. All right. That is really nice. That's one of the nicest hedgerows I've ever seen in my whole life. It is beautiful. It's got all kinds of different pieces of grass and hedge. We could put a nice tree layer in behind here. So we have just scratched the surface of this program here. This is just, it's like we haven't learned, like how, if I put another row, I could put a row of trees behind here or like taller bushes. How do I do that? I'd have to put some more of these posts, but then I'd have to put a break in them. Okay, and I'm not sure how you do that. Okay, so, all right, let's keep reading. So it says cancel planting button and raise a layer density or density scale to generate more plants. If you have a too high value, you can either go back and change that or select the row in the test. So it's nice that you can go back before you generate so that you can change. And so you have, you know, a decent amount of plants that you want in your scene, okay, to generate more plants. If you have too high a value, you can either go back and change that or select the row in the list and change the value in the screen. In this screen, don't forget to click the set limit button to set the limit on that layer. And I'm not sure what that means, okay? When you are satisfied, okay, to set the limit. So I assume if you set the limit, some of this, if you set the limit, it will just put less in, and if it's not enough, you raise the limit, and you kind of know where the limit is. I know that from music, that making music, what a limiter is. I use a limiter with my microphone, so it never goes into the red. It just always stops it from going into the red, and that's how I set the limiter, is I kind of get talking to it really loud, and then it shows me where that limit is, and then I can raise and lower it so that it's below the red. When you are satisfied, click the continue planting button. Now your work is done. The rest is done by Hedge Maker. How fast it is depending on several things, mostly the diversity, which will have to load more props, and the sheer amount of items to place. We plant directly on the ground and not on any mesh. Okay, as we plant directly on the ground, and not on any mesh object, the collection to the mesh does not have to be performed, the collision to the mesh does not have to be performed, which saves a lot of time. Okay, so that's just because it went straight across and it doesn't even really have to pay it. It's just following along a certain line, a certain altitude line, okay? Hedge Maker action report. The after action report will show you how much time it took to build the hedge and how many items were planted, counting both props and instances, and the time. 3 seconds. It says that is a pretty acceptable time, but your mileage will vary depending on the speed of your system, specifically your disks, and of course the number of instances placed. Okay. So what do you think about our first try? I love this. Okay, so what I could do here is just go and we have a camera in our scene, right? Okay, where's my camera? Okay, let's save this file. Save as scene hedge maker 57. Okay, we'll just put a number there. Save. Done. Okay, now I'm saving this on my super duper fast. Okay, but it's still taking a little bit of time. Okay. What's nice is we could create new camera from our current view. You are here, Serenity's Gate. Wonderful. We've had Art here, and Anus, and Sakar, and Angus has been here. There probably some of them are still here. I know Art is still here. I'm not sure about Anus. And okay, so yes, we are working with this Hedge Maker, and look what we have created here. So we can go into, okay, we select the camera, and that's because that's selected. Okay, then I can go into our we can go into, well, we'll go into ultra scenery, and we're going to go 0, so there's no octaves, contrast, brightness. Okay, and then we go features, ecology. Let's pick this ecology. I really should be using ultra scenery too, but okay, let's try that. Let's go here. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep following along here, okay, because I can get distracted. So it's wonderful to have you here, Serenity's Gate. We have progressed through. Look at what we've made. I know this kind of looks terrible on the ground being white like this. We just don't have, but if I add ultra scenery, it's going to make it really hard to progress through this. So we're going through the manual. So what you think about our first try? I think it shows some of the potentials for this product and what you can expect to get out of it. We will soon continue with some more advanced things, but first, a little information on the HM set builder that you will learn more about in section 2 of this manual, okay? Quick note on HM set builder. In HM set builder, you can create sets, groups of props of similar sizes and types that you can use in Hedge Maker by assigning them to different layers. Okay, now think about that. So to assigning them to different layers, you can even assign the same set to different layers if you want to. Now, in a way, okay, you can do this with ultra scenery already. Because now that I think of it, okay, is that you have your masks, okay? So what you do is you just create a mask on your ultra scenery. you use these things here. Okay, these are the mask builders for, and in a way, this kind of okay, so, and what we then also have is, all right, because look at the, so I'm wondering if using Hedge Maker, if it's not really, okay, we go Ultra Scenery 2. Let's start this with, let's go into this. Let's examine this because, like, I'm going to have to learn how to make some kind, okay, we got Ultra Scenery. It's made our ground. But what if we take our, this map here, maximum altitude 1, minimum altitude, okay, 0. We'll go 0, minimum altitude 0, and width, okay, is 64. And then we go, just take this eroded hills off, okay, just take the height map off, so it's just flat. Let's get rid of our plane, or just hide it. Okay, come back. See, now this is just by making a flat ground with Ultra Scenery 2. See, this, it's like every time I think about this, then I just think, oh my gosh, it's, then what we do is we add features, okay? We can add a road. Welcome, Crimson Samurai. Very nice to have you here. We've got Art here, and Serenity's Gate, and Angus, and Anus. Yes, and Sakar. I'm not sure who's still here, but we are working on this. Okay, features. Okay, let's say we want a road. Okay, not that kind of road. I'm not sure why it went up in the air like that, and it's because it's supposed to be flat, but let's see. Let's see what we can do if we can just, yes, it's wonderful to have you. We got 5 people here. Thank you. Thank you, people. We're going to go with road number 1. Maybe that's, every time I do this, it all gets moved up in the air. But I would say 0 should be 0. It should be down like a flat piece of land. We don't have any map. It should just be flat. Okay, so all right. Now are we back? I think it's going to move it back up in the air. It did, I think. I was not sure why it's moving the road up in the land up in the air when I have it set to 0, but let's see. Water height. Okay, let's go up here. Eroded hills. Okay, we turn that off. So we don't have any kind of map. And then we go here, Iray preview maybe, and we don't have, we turn the forest, we don't have any biome yet in here. So what we do is this, okay, this is saying our road. Okay, so we take our Hedge Maker and hide it. Okay, and we bring our Ultra Scenery up here. Okay, like this. Okay, and now we can take a look. It says, where's our road? This is pretty nice. Got a little fence. So if we leave the fence on this side, we can put our, let's see what this looks like now with, let's see what this looks like with a, okay, well, I've kind of got this disconnected again from our, but this is the thing, is that ultra scenery might actually be easier and more powerful than Hedge Maker. And because what we do is, now I've forgotten how to use this, but let's go back here to our, we have to add, okay, we'll go to ultra scenery, biome. What we do is, there would be a road verge, okay? So it would be pasture, wildflowers, pasture, 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 grass, grassland, pasture, okay, forest litter, woodland, okay, this, this is for waterway, okay, but I'm not seeing, okay, this one would be forest litter. Forest litter. Okay. I am not sure. Grassland. Okay, this is kind of following along the okay, because using those masks to kind of like, we'd have to use like a bunch of circles, and we'd have to like make them oval and kind of run them. It would be kind of difficult to do, or using little squares or little circles or little squares and kind of like overlapping them to come through, and we'd have 100 masks just to put like a row of stuff along this. And I tend to think that idea with Hedge Maker, that it has these posts that you just put here and put it along here, I tend to think that's going to be easier to put, you know, it's this, that I don't think Ultra Scenery has the power that Hedge Maker has for just like putting a row of stuff, because it doesn't allow you those posts, to put those posts in and run them along like that and widen them and shorten them, and you know, it just doesn't have that capacity. So okay, so we're going to progress through our Hedge Maker, get rid of Ultra Scenery, go back to Hedge Maker, because our Hedge Maker is going to give us a it's going to give us, it will eventually work. We'll find out how to get it to work. I know I can get it to work with, what is this? What's this thing here? I think we still have something here that's Hedge Maker. What's this? We got roads and things, or something still left over. Okay, let's go out of here. Texture shaded. Okay, that's all gone, I think. Now, I think it just got left in Iray. Okay, so you see, we don't have these little posts that we could follow, or I could put like a bunch of them here and have it really follow the road in a perfect way. So no, it doesn't seem as though that you can do it, but it's a law. It's a okay. Well, if you think of these posts as being masks, okay, where you have to mask everything out, like make it all black, and so each one of these would be like a circular mask and a circular mask and a circular mask, or you could use squares that kind of like sort of make a line that go across, and then you'd have a black line going across your, and that black line would be where it would put the flowers, but then you have to rotate the flowers, and I think, and this gives you the ability to set the density like really kind of well with it. It allows you to do so much more with it. So it seems as though this is like a standalone product on its own. And I tend to think that Hedge Maker, there's going to be a Hedge Maker 2 coming out soon. Because what I see here, this is utterly beautiful. This right here, is it going to go into Iray? Okay, so we're going to continue down through this. Set builder, okay. Building a summer dirt road. It's now time to do something a little more complex with Hedge Maker, a typical summer dirt road. Don't forget to save your hedge set configuration if you want to be able to reuse them later on, which we will do with this dirt road. This time we will build it straight on the ground. We place 9 HM signposts, adding a few close where the dirt road will bend. See, I don't really want to do this tutorial, so I'm just going to read through it because I think it's the same thing as what we did. I already know how to put something along the ground, okay? But okay, we'll read through it though. Okay, so adding a few choices where the dirt road will bend. I will explain that technique a little later in detail, okay? But it's obviously he put more of them where the bend goes, okay? The main thing to keep in mind is that if you have edge adjusted layers, you will need to use several poles in bends, or you can get breakups and overruns. Okay. So, all right, that's that page. I know I'm reading it kind of slow, but my brain is trying to learn while I'm reading. Is okay, let's make the hedge or road really. It will be about 5 meters or about 16 feet wide. This is about the size of a dirt country tractor road with grass on the sides and trees on one side. This will require several layers placed in different positions. Okay, that's actually something I kind of want to do. So we'll go file save, and then we'll go new. This will be the go-to tutorial to learn Hedge Maker. Okay, so new scene, create. Okay. "16 feet wide." Edit. Okay, so we have a new scene. We're going to go now. Let's put a plane in the scene. Let's put Yes, you as well, Crimson. I hope you are well. Yes, it's very nice. Thank you for the the wishes, the well wishes. It's very nice of you to make such a nice greeting. Thank you. And this, okay, so it is saying that we need to kind of, okay, let's see. It's like this. They're doing it. Perspective view. And let's go back here a little ways. And we put now these sign post. Okay. And we can move this down here and like here. Let's make this plane a little bigger. Okay, well, maybe not. Maybe we don't have to. And surface, okay. Retail, you do several posts in bends, or you can get a breakups and overruns. Okay, we'll leave that here so I can use that. Okay, the hedge or road. Let's make the hedge or road really. See, this is they're translating this to English. Okay, so that's another reason why you need to use several poles in bends, or you can get breakups and overruns. Let's make the hedge or road really. That's a sentence, okay? It will be about 5 meters or about 16 feet wide. 5 meters, okay? So, all right, let's go. All right. We just won't use this plane. We'll go this way to, and where is our show floor? Okay, there it is. Okay, so we go like this. And he's got this set to kind of like a square. So we'll go to our render settings, set this to square. Okay. And I can't see like where the center is. Oh, and we have this auto hide view options. I'm not sure why. You see, when I zoom out, it's like disappear. The floor is like disappearing. So when I zoom out like this, see, it just kind of. Then I don't know how big this is. You see, that's not very helpful. I think it only happens maybe in perspective view. Let's put a camera here and see if the same thing happens. Create new camera. Okay, look through the camera. Now when I zoom out, okay, it's still like, all right. All right, so that says the road is supposed to be about, okay, this is, I forgot I think this is 1 meter, but I'm not sure. Okay, so right from, okay, so if we put like one of these right here at 0 parameters. Translate 0. Z 0. Okay, and then if I put another one in, let's measure this. Sine pole. And this one right here is about that far. It's 97, whatever that is. So it's like almost 100 x. Which would those be? Like 100 minus 100, I think, is a meter. This doesn't make any sense at all because I can't really see. If I zoom out, it's like cutting out my ground. It's like a screen thing going on. All right, so it said 6 meters. Let's just try this. Let's not like get too lost in it. So if we go 6 meters, okay, it's just cutting so much out. Just all right. So so we go 1, 2. All right, 1. Okay, so a 1, 2, 3. If it's 6 meters, then it would be like 3 and 3. 3. Okay, so we go like this. Well, I don't think we have to worry about it until we get, okay, like this. Okay, now it's showing it, now that I put something in the scene. And then we go with another one of these. What did I just do? Okay, this is 3. 3. I can't even see the pole. Oh, I know what's wrong. It's that we're just run. This is only so large here. Why? Okay, I think what he's done is he's moved way out to the edge here, like this. So he has this whole piece here. And then this is one, goes here. Down like about 3. Okay, I see. So it doesn't matter as long as we put like 6 between it. And then like this. That's 4. This is 2, I think. Let's not get them messed up. 2. Like that. 2. Four. Five. Okay. 6. Right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 of them. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9 goes down here. Okay. 8 goes down here. Okay. 7 goes here. And then a little closer like that. All right. It's kind of a sharp turn. All right, I think we've got something here. Okay. Now this doesn't look like his. His goes kind of like this. This bend is like really sharp. Okay, it doesn't have to be that perfect, but says the person who messed it all up. Okay. That kind of looks like his. Let's see this. All right. Let's see, file, save this, save as, scene. This is going to be Hedge Maker 58. Hedge Maker 58. Go. All right. Now we can progress. We'll explain later a technique, a little later in detail. The main thing to keep in mind that you have the edge adjusted layers. You need to use several poles and bends, or you can get breakups and overruns. Let's make the hedge, or road really. It will be about 5 meters or about 16 feet. So, this is probably 16 feet, I don't know. Wide, 16 feet wide, 5 meters. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. So that's the width of our road, okay? Let's see. This is about the size of a dirt country tractor road with grass on the sides and trees on one side. This will require several layers placed in different positions, okay? I can barely kind of see these layers. Holy crap. My printer didn't print this very well. The basic layout looks something like this, and you can see I set the hedge visibility to proxies in viewport for all instances. Okay, maybe we didn't have a hedge selected when we were trying to do the proxies. I'm not sure. Okay, viewport, right? Just so you can see how it looks from bird's eye view, this is not recommended if you use a lot of instances like pebbles, as it will slow down the viewport. As you see to the right, when using small props like pebbles, the density scale is capped at a very low number, 0.01, just to prevent overloading the scene with instances. The grass is set up is the same for both layers, just the layer placement that is different between the two. Okay. Okay, I see. Now what I don't understand is there's a lot that I don't understand here. I don't understand. Okay, so it would seem as though we're setting the width. Somehow we're able to set the width of this box here. Okay. Now let's open this up. Hedge Maker, Hedge Maker. Okay. So we're going to go with the row. We're going to use our this hedge, add. Okay, and we're going to do that. Now, see, this is what I don't understand. Hedge width. Okay. Okay, so it said, all right, hedge width, layer width. Okay, so I see. So if we set this at 6 meters, okay, that makes it easier. Okay. That changes this a lot, so you can put a lot more in a layer. Okay, and then you can make these smaller. Okay, ground objects to build on. None, okay. Oh, so we could set a ground object. Okay, let's close this. I want to see something. What if we put a plane in here? Scale the plane. Just want to see if it shows there. Surface. Parameters. Parameters, scale. Okay. And then we go back to Hedge Maker. Hedge Maker, Hedge Maker. Okay, plane. So, okay. So what if we, okay, let's close this for again. What if we go into, let's delete the plane. Let's go into okay, I know my brain, I just having trouble thinking because I get despondent when everything is so new. Okay, we go here. We have a camera. Okay, our camera is going to go from here. And then we go to ultra scenery. We're going to use ultra scenery 1. We'll go 1, okay. Features, we want a road. Why not use this road? A road like this, okay? And we go ecology, we'll use the grasslands for now, but we're going to just turn everything off. This makes it very easy. Select our camera just for the heck of it and build. And build. Okay, done. Close. Okay, look at this. So we don't have to use their road. We can use our road. Okay, so but what we got to do is just, okay, align them like this. Okay, this. And then like this. Okay. Let's get down a little lower. Well, that's like a lot lower. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit more. Okay, I wonder if this one needs to like be in the middle of the road. Let's try that. So that we have the edges in the center would be kind of where the center would be. I have no idea, but we're going to try it. Now we need to use more of these for the bends. Gonna reboot. Okay, Art. Hope to see you back soon. Okay. Okay, this is 4, 5. 5, 6. Okay, I think this little path here could be, this is like a long kind of straight area. So we'll go here with the 6 to about here, just a little longer. Okay, let's get a little closer. 6. All right, 7. Now, Yeah, I think that's what he did. He put his posts in the middle of the road. Okay, so we're doing that part right. 7, 8. Okay. 8. I'm glad I did this tutorial because it does develop a little further now. Okay, they put 9, but I got a little bit of a round thing. I probably should have gone from one end to the other, but I'll move the camera in so we don't have to see the whole road. Okay. So what I'm going to do is move this, and I'm going to put another one because this is kind of like a bend. Let's get a little closer. We'll add a 10. 9. And one more. 10. Select number 10. Go here. Well, oh, that's A. So it only goes up to... Oh, this is B. That's a weird looking B guy. Alright, so I guess sign pole A. Where's A? Alright, this is weird. Oh. Oh, they're both in the same place. I've done 2 of them. Okay, so we'll get rid of B. I must have clicked it twice. Alright, well that's why it looks so weird. Well, that's better. Had me kind of worried there. Alright, let's get a little closer. Little bit closer now, baby. And we'll do it like this. Hopefully that'll work. Alright. Now we go back to our camera, which we've been using all along, so that kind of... Alright, so we'll go back to pole 1. Alright, this isn't quite in the right place. And is it actually on the ground? Nope, okay. Pole 2. See, I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try it. Pole 2. And pole 3. Okay, now we're going to put these poles into a group so they're together. Poles. And let's go back to pole 1. All right, and zoom out a little bit so we can kind of get a top-down view. Or we could do this. That kind of gets us an idea of what this looks like. Now I might need more poles, but I think for this, it's good. Okay, now we can save this. Now we can start to open this up. Hedge Maker. And start adding. Okay, material types, Iray. Okay, trees, bushes. Okay, my colocasia is still here. And so, okay, the width of this, it said to do it at 5. We can always come in and change this. So it said 6 meters, 20 feet. Let's go 5 feet. 4.8 is good. All right, object to build on, ultra scenery terrain. Okay, there we go. And now we add our this, and we would want this way over on the edge of our hedge. So we go placement left and make it narrow like that. Then let's add some grass in the middle. Okay, let's do this. Let's do a really nice job with this layer width. Okay, like that. Then we'll go and add grass. So you can do this with the same thing with, now hopefully it's going to follow the terrain. You can do this also with Ultra Scenery 2 terrain. It will be right there. You can just select it, okay? And it will have that fence. That would be, it would be so awesome to do this. Well, I should have used Ultra Scenery 2 terrain, but okay. We're going to do it with this now. So we're going to select grass now. And we have this grass that I created. Add that. Okay. And layer placement. Let's put it here. And we're going to go with layer placement there. Okay, and then we're going to add another one, and this one's going to be center, so layer width like that in the middle of the road, in the middle of the road. Okay, then we'll go add another one, and we'll go layer right. And I like the way it just stops there. Layer width. Okay. And let's just kind of leave this. Let's do some density, I guess. And density scale. Diversity all the way up. Layer width. Okay, is already done. Okay, let's do some rotation. Untidy, yeah. Generate, see what we've got. Okay, we got these trees here. Let's plant. This isn't that much. Is it going to follow the land? Now, is this wide enough? If I have to make it wide, thinner, or, you know, that's how we're going to do it. Okay, close. Let's see what we got. Oh my gosh, it's almost there. And it's following the land, it looks like. Okay. Oh, I used the wrong grass here. Okay, let's, it kind of worked. If I make it just a little more narrow here. Okay. Wow. Okay, so now we go back to Hedge Maker and open this up. I hope you guys are catching this. Fix it. Okay, so we make it a little bit more narrow. Okay, now see, okay, I did pick the right grass. Something's weird about it though. Let's make these a little bit more narrow. This one a little bit more narrow. And this one a little bit more narrow. And this one, we're going to get some density here. And density scale. Okay, diversity. Okay, that's what we want, is more diversity with that. We want more diversity with this. The grass, we want all of our different kinds of grass. Layer diversity, that's I think why the end one. Okay, I'm not sure. I don't know. Okay, create proxies. Okay, create placement map. Proxies in viewport. I don't know. Oh, I don't know if we should be doing that, creating the placement map. But proxies and viewport, I think we saw something there. Okay, generate, replace. Okay, so we've got, why does one grass have like 1,000? Set limit, okay, let's cancel planting. Which grass is it? Generate. Okay, apparently it's would be this one here. Okay. Layer placement, layer width, okay. Layer untidy. Okay, the placement is, okay, width is 0.4 meters. How did I get them exactly the same? That was weird. What was weird? Tropical foliage, density scale. All right, let's make this more density. Dense, okay, and grass. Okay. Untidy, we'll make this one untidy. Okay. Okay, layer density, density scale. Glad I just saved my scene. Ah, very good, Art. Don't lose your scene. What are you working on tonight? What are you working on? Are you following along? Okay, rotation. We're going to have some rotation for that. Some rotation for this. And rotation for that. Okay, generate. Let's see what we've got here. $1,000, that's not very much. Okay, so this didn't put proxies in the scene, but that's okay. Let's see. So we can't really tell until we kind of get down here. This kind of works. So, oops. Oopsie doopsie. All right, let's get, so this is like here. All right, let's render this. Render, render, render. Oh, that's weird. I got some kind of weird plants. I don't know that I picked the right plants here. The grass came out okay. Sorta, kinda. But what are these? They're like house plants or something. Close. I grabbed the wrong plants, I think. Hedge Maker. Load the settings from the selected hedge, yes. Okay, tropical foliage. I think I got that one wrong. Remove that. Yes. Okay, add. Okay, we're looking for not that one. It was bushes. Oh, that's it. Add. Okay, then we placement. We want it over here. We want the width to be kind of like that. And we'll do the density, density scale, layer diversity, rotation, untidy, and generate. I'm just finishing a scene whilst, oh, I was trying to read that, but then it was gone. Poof, in a moment. All right, this is taking a while. This is following the contour of our map. which I am loving this now. Oh, look at that. We're going to have something spectacular. I have a feeling. I have a feeling. Don't lose the feeling. Oh. We have learned something massive here. Now let's turn off our... Wow. I'm fighting with a floatable pool raft. I hate geoshells. Oh no. A floatable, that sounds kind of funny. I can't quite picture it, but I kind of know what you mean, I think. Yeah, because they are like bubbles that go around things. That's funny. Funny. Camera. So we need to put a spotlight in the scene to turn off. I don't know why my camera light is so darn bright. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. Come back, Iray. Come back. We're going to save this. That didn't take too long to save. All right, let's go out of Iray and then try to go back. Don't lose the feeling. I love geoshells. You guys are just the opposite. That's because I think there's like the people that work in the reason why you hear a lot of people like hating on geoshells is because they don't work in Unreal, and I don't think they work in Blender. And so all of those skins and all those tattoos and all those things that go on the figures don't work in those programs, and that pisses people off a lot, and so they go into the forums and kind of bitch about it. But the thing is that geoshells are like layers, and I like the fact that I can put like a geoshell that gives my figure body hair, then a geoshell that gives him blush, a geoshell that gives him makeup, a geoshell that gives him tattoos, and they all work on top of each other so wonderfully. Yeah, I can't not like that, you know? I just can't not like that. So it's just kind of weird, but now I'm wondering... I stripped down Chris Cox's retro bowling alley just to have certain parts in my render, and it was still rendering as 8,000 kilobytes. Yeah. 8,000 kilobytes isn't very much, though. 80,000 kilobytes, that's only a few, that's not even a gig. I don't think. Okay? Art, that's not that big. 80,000 for a bowling lane, that's not big. So kilobytes, yeah. I mean, I think it takes what 100,000. 1,000 kilobytes are a megabyte, and 1,000 megabytes are a gig. So that's 80,000 isn't even a gig. All right, so that's not big. If they're kilobytes, it's not that big. Not at all. So you should be able to build your scene around that fairly well. Okay, let's go into Ultra. Let's go back out of here. Out of Iray. Oh, 80,000 megabytes. 80 megabytes, yeah. And that's not even a gig. 1,000 megabytes is a gig. So I think 1,000 megabytes, yeah. No, 100 megabytes. I think 100 megabytes. Or maybe, no, how many megabytes in a gig? 1 gig is 1,000 megabytes. So yeah, that's not, you still got a long way. If you got, 80,000 kilobytes, yeah, 80 megabytes is not even a gig. It's not even close to a gig. If you're talking 1,000 megabytes is a gig, you're not even at 100. So that, yeah, but there might be something else causing that. I don't know if you're having issues. There might be something else there. I'm not sure. Because when you start tearing down scenes and breaking, they can sometimes become unstable. So I would say you shouldn't have any problem rendering that, okay? Now, so just you're right, Art. The best thing you can do is to just to save it like often. And and also, I would also save it every once in a while, save it like with a 1 after the file name. So if God forbid you should end up, I've never really corrupted a project so that it wouldn't load anymore in DAZ. So I've never had that happen. I have 64 megs of RAM and only half full on my 4 terabyte primary. 64 gigs of RAM. You would have 64. I think you mean 64 gigs of RAM on your system, in Windows. Yeah, 64 gigs would be more like it. I have 94 gigs of RAM, but they're super fast, like they're DDR6. I think they're DDR. It's the latest RAM. So we're going to go back to this Hedge Maker. And I'm just going to make this road a little more narrow. This is working, so I don't really kind of want to mess with this anymore. What I want to do now is take this ultra scenery out of here. Okay, and now I want to put in ultra scenery. Now that I've figured this out, okay, I want to put in ultra scenery 2 because that is where the fun is right there. Ultra scenery 2 has much nicer stuff. So we go 128 to a degree. You can use just about anything in. Okay, ultra scenery 2. It's just better to work with. Okay. So we put this in ultra scenery 2. Okay, and then we move our camera up here like that. Just kind of ignore that terrain for now. And what we're going to do is put a road in here in our ultra scenery. That would be in, not ecologies, classic features. Here it is, features. And we want road number 1. Okay, so we have this now. Now we just take our poles and we move them all up in mass. Okay, so we can see them. Now this isn't the right kind of road that I want, really. So I'm thinking of more of a country road. So let's see, features. That's road number 1. What's road number 2? What are there paths, wetlands? Let's see, country ford. What's that? Maybe that's got my other road. Okay, this is kind of interesting, but That's not going to work. Okay, so let's go to, we'll just look at country Ford 2. Okay, now this has got a little road that twists around like that, and a road that twists around and there, and a road and a road and a road. No, no, no. Okay, let's go to road number 2. Where is road? Okay, road number 2. Okay, I don't want that either. Road number 3. Oh, crossings. No, no features. Walking trail, here we go. Stones. What about a walking trail? Well, that's kind of nice, but let's go try walking trail number 2. No, let's go road number 3. All right. Wow, that fence did something weird at the end there. Let's see what this looks like in Iray. Is this... Okay, I have a feeling that these... Okay. These roads are not like roads, but they're more like... They're not like tarred roads. I think they're more like... I'm just so excited that I know that in time that there's going to be a lot more added. They're just going to keep coming out with new stuff for Ultra Scenery 2. It's just going to be more and more and more stuff. Yeah, you got gigs of RAM, but you also have gigs of RAM in your video card. They're separate. So you have your gigs of RAM, your system RAM. And like when I'm working like this in DAZ, this is in my system RAM. Okay? This shows, and when it goes to Iray, that's when it goes to the that's when it goes to the graphics card. When it switches into Iray. But if you're not in Iray and you're just that stuff is all sitting in your system RAM, and that's why, like, if you can't render something in your graphics card, you know what the black screen is when you just don't have enough video RAM in your graphics card. Well, if you turn your graphics card off, your computer will render it. It'll just take a couple days to do it. So that's how that works. Okay, what's going on here? I think Dad's crashed. Trying to load this new road. I think I don't think it's crashed. I think it's just searching my hard drive, searching from the top down, looking for this rather than looking in the general vicinity that it was in. Here we go. Okay, come on, load it up. I think this is the road I want. Come on. You can do it. I know you can, Ultra Scenery. I have faith in you. And it's 10:24. If you guys, if and when you guys decide, guys and gals, anybody on this scene, if you're looking to buy a computer, let me know, and I will take you in, and I'll take you online, and whatever, like the whatever, so you can build your own computer if you want to build it yourself. My advice is don't get a laptop, okay? And the reason why I say that is because you're paying for everything to be miniaturized, okay? And don't think it bad because you did get one, okay? Don't like beat yourself up because you got one, all right? Because everybody does it. Everybody thinks, oh, I'll do my DAS on a laptop, okay? And I'll just hook up an external monitor if I need to, or something like that. And musicians do it too. Musicians buy. Okay, we're going to use this. Okay, so musicians buy laptops and then realize, oh, I got to hook my whole band up to this laptop. They just don't realize that it wasn't a good idea. Okay, and that's the thing. Okay, so what you want to do is get a desktop. Okay, it's that's why they're called workstations, and very rarely do they ever call a laptop a workstation. But I'm not going to harp on that. People, we all live and learn, and that's the way it is. It's just the way life is. Okay, we live and learn, and so. But what I would suggest is when you do finally decide, okay, it's time for me to get something powerful, talk to me, okay? And I will. I won't charge you to look up and find whatever the current stuff is that you need, okay? But I'll tell you that. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able. It's going to take me forever to position these and then get them in the center of the road. Is another thing. But it's not that bad. This is kind of fun, I think. So, I could while away the hours. Yep. Let's see, poll number 6. Where are you? I know you're hiding here somewhere. I know you are. Okay, so we zoom out a little bit on poll number 6. And I am very pleased with the way this tutorial is coming out, because I'm actually progressing in a tutorial that kind of bombed. It totally bombed. When I tried to do this before, it was like, okay, I obviously have a lot to do here to get it to work and to learn this, okay? And today I just picked up, because I printed out about, I think it was like the next day. Yeah, it was the next day after I did that tutorial. I printed out the manual. Very rarely do I print out a manual, but I hate reading manuals from my computer, unless it's a small one and it's kind of easy. But if it's not a small one, I just don't like doing them. 4, 3 licks it takes to get to the Tootsie Roll Center of the Tootsie Pop. 3. Okay, oh, just 3. I could be another Lincoln if I only had a brain. Okay, sign pole 1. Okay. Now these are terrible. They're all kind of stretched in the wrong place. And they've been twisted, but okay. I think we can kind of do this a little bit like, bring this one down a little bit like that, and this one here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. Okay, all right. I think that's okay. Let's look at this from the top. Let's go ultra scene. Oh, this is ultra scenery 2. Could tell you why. Okay, we're going to move this one. I'm getting hello, I'm the Daz, and I'm getting ready to crash again. Vibes from this render again. Oh no, oh no. Oh no. You might have your textures set too high. If you and how do you have your do you have it set to render with your computer, or do you have just your graphics card selected in your render options? Because you're okay, I'm going to save this myself. And now the, like if you go into your render settings, your computer will probably be more stable if you turn this CPU on, okay? And you want to make sure you have your threads, all of your threads selected. I have, what, 32 threads, I think? I think I maybe have more than that, but you want to make sure. And then when you go to render, you can turn this off again. But it makes it more stable because it gives your CPU a little bit, allows your CPU to kind of work, take up the muscle, some of the muscle. You might want to turn that on. You might want to have this down to like this high threshold down to 4,000. You don't want to bring it up that high. $1024 with graphics card and computer selected, and then upgrade the resolution to 4K when I do my final. Yeah, I would turn this CPU on, and you might have to restart your project. But if you turn that on, you might do better. Okay, now I'm going to go here. We're going to go back to signpost 1, pole 1, and make sure that's on the ground. Okay, sign pole 2. Making sure that's on the ground too. Then sign pole 3. Here. A voice sings sweet and low. Ah. Yeah. This one's got to come up. And here. Yeah, because your laptop would be a great for streaming. If you ever wanted to stream your work when you do finally get, so having a nice powerful laptop for streaming is like amazing. And what kind of graphics card is in your laptop? You got an NVIDIA something in your graphics card. Okay, save this again. You got an RTX something. You probably something in there. Figures. Yeah, the thing is you can leave that on to render, like the CPU on. Sometimes it might slow your render down a tiny bit. You have to just make sure your laptop doesn't get too hot, okay? If you leave that on, because then it's using the CPU to render as well. But the if you leave that on when you render, if it takes a really long time to render, then you know what's happened, that you've exceeded the memory of your, because your CPU will render something with 24 gigs. It will just take 2 days to do it. But and that's why a lot of big companies render with CPU, these like 100 core CPUs and all, because they can have gigantic, like 200 gigabyte scenes, and render it just on the CPU. I don't think a lot of them do that anymore. I think most of them have switched over to GPUs. So, but they buy $8,000 and $9,000 GPUs. Yeah, so on a 12 core 12th gen 12 core Gen i9. Okay. That's not bad. That's not a bad setup right there. Not bad. That's a beautiful laptop, Art. Yeah. The thing is, if it was a desktop, you could just switch that out. You could switch that graphics card is soldered into that laptop. There's no way you can like put a 3090 in it now. Where if and what you paid for that laptop, you would have paid less for a tower. Okay, a tower costs less than a laptop, just so you know. Okay, like to buy a tower, it costs less than a laptop because everything has to be miniaturized for the laptop. So that means that you can put more money into the power of the desktop because you're not spending that money to miniaturize. So it's not important now, but the next time you upgrade, don't buy a laptop. You already have a laptop. If you need to do anything, if you need to go to the library or you want to take something on the road and work with you, you got something. You got that. So the next computer you buy needs to be a desktop. And then you buy a desktop and you put a 3080 in it. It's like, if anybody who's got this many hard drives in their computer, in two 3090s, that's and the thing is I will recommend, okay, that you don't buy a desktop. Don't buy a new desktop until the 5090 comes out. Okay? So save up your money. The 5090 is going to come out either in December or maybe January or February of next year. And so that's when you want to buy a computer. You want a 5090, okay? And that 5090 will cost you about $2,000. But it will be so fast. It will be so fast. It will render things so quickly. It will have this DDR6 RAM in it. It will have, now I don't know, I've told NVIDIA, I said, if you don't give us 48 gigs, I'm not buying it. Because I'm doing fine with two 3090s right now. They render so quick. I'm not going to pay $2,000, even though one like 4090 is faster than my two 3090s. These are still like, if I click render right now, okay, do you want to choose a directory? Okay, let's go up. Oh, damn. Okay, I got to find the directory here. Where is it? It's my dad's 3D library, new projects. Okay, I don't think it's here. I shouldn't have jumped out of this. Okay, it's here. All right, somewhere in here. It's going to say something about hexagon saves. Mask builder. Altered characters as thumbnails. Oh, I think I know where that is. It's up. It's in desktop. And then it should show me where my OneDrive is. Windows 11 or something. My computer, okay? How do I have to go and okay, where is, okay, I think it's my 18 terabyte drive is where, no, it's not 18 terabyte. It's the 12 terabyte is where OneDrive is. 12 terabyte. There it is. Now somewhere in here I've got something I think called, okay, it's not in OneDrive. Oh, it's in my Apple drive. And that's in the 18 terabyte drive, iCloud. Okay, Daz Studio renders. Maybe it's here. Okay. There it is. Ultra Scenery XT. All right, we found it again. Now, create new folder. And we're going to call this Hedge Maker 58. Hedge Maker. Select. Okay, so this is how quick this renders, just with 230/90s. It's like I can render the most complex scenes within, you know, an hour, you know, like the most complex scenes that I can, an hour, maybe 2 hours. And it's up to like 6,000. I was like, what, up to 6,000 iterations? What more do I need? You know? So unless the 5090 is going to offer me 48 gigs of RAM, now we have these poles here. They're all set in the place they're supposed to be, but I need to move down a little bit further so we can get the one pole in our periphery. And what if I bring this up a little bit, run it back a little more? Okay, a little bit like that. Remember what we do? We get our horizon 2/3 of the way up. Okay. What my ex-boyfriend taught me. He died like last year. I looked him up on Facebook and it's like, oh, he died on me. So, yeah, very sad. All right, so I'm going to lock my camera. Okay, we're going to lock it. We'll go right here, click. Lock, camera's locked, just like that. Now we're going to go to Hedge Maker, and I'm going to go to okay, Hedge Maker is here. Okay, there we go, finally. Okay, so do you want to load settings? Okay, what I'm going to do is just generate again. Okay, we have to select the new, okay, this new piece of object, which would be Ultra Scenery 2. That's it. That's our plane, okay? And this Ultra Scenery 1 could go, but let's generate. Replace. It's going to move all that stuff. Continue planting. It's going to move it from the Ultra Scenery 1 that we had to Ultra Scenery 2. And it's probably not going to fit the road right. I don't know. It's going to have to mess with the... Okay. Look at that. So I would say our road is probably to, let's see what this looks like in Iray. It's not wide enough. Like 140/90 will render as fast as my 230/90s. I mean, it's double the render time, you know, and so, I mean, double the render speed. So, and I could get one of them for about $2,000. Okay, that's kind of cool, but let's do something different with this now. Okay, it moved it all. It did. This is like very positive what it's kind of done here. So, but now we can kind of mess with this. Go out of Iray again. And let's go back here. Okay, go select Hedge Maker, go back here, Hedge Maker, load this. Now what I'm going to do is take this and I'm going to move this layer over here. Okay, and I'm going to make the road wider. And then we're going to move this up. And move this grass over. This is so cool how this works. Now, okay, this make it a little bit bigger. And then we take this grass and we move it here. Generate. Let's see what we've got. So we're going to probably have like part 3, part 4, part 5 of this Hedge Maker. Okay, because I'm finding out that we can't really do Hedge Maker without we can't do this stuff without Hedge Maker. Now I probably have like too many of something that's just something's just taking like a long time to go into Iray to compute. I probably have like way too much of something. And then there's, you know, these posts go, I don't sure how far they go over the hill, but do I really need them there? You know, that's another question. They go way down the hill. It's like, how far do I need them to go there? Because they can't even see it anyway, kind of thing. And luckily they go further away. So if I'm just deleting the A or the 9 and the 8 and kind of moving back a little bit. Okay, this kind of works. This is in the right place. This is kind of all in the right place. So what we could do here now, save this, all right, is start adding our ultra scenery. Okay, but not yet. Our camera's got a problem. Okay, so let's go out of Iray and let's turn our camera. Let's unlock our camera real quick. Let's move this in so that, okay, like that. All right. There's that. Save this again. Now let's lock our camera again. Lock. Okay. And now we go back to ultra. We can now see that's the problem. Is I already have ultra scene in here. Okay, so we got rid of that. So I don't need ultra scene because we're going to work with ultra scenery too. Now the Hedge Maker. If I go back into this Hedge Maker like this, load it. We can look and see, like when I click generate. See if, all right, now the grass too, and they're kind of reasonable, but if I go out of here, cancel planting, and if I just take the density down a little bit like that, we can kind of work with it. I can, again, add it right at the last minute. Okay, so generate. And now they're all around at a more reasonable level. All right. Okie dokie dokie. Now, what's up with this hedge maker is I could kind of go back into hedge maker again. Yes. This top layer here, this green, let's just move that down a little bit so it's closer to the road. Generate. Continue planting. Okay, 1,700. That's not that many things. Now what's really cool is I can take this poles thing, all right, and I can just say, kind of move my poles over a little more like that. Go back to Hedge Maker. Yes, generate. Continue planting. This is planting my stuff. It's not planting stuff that, you know, is pre-made or anything. It's stuff that I picked out of I made the sets. These sets are sets that I made. So that's pretty cool. All right, and let's see what this does. What it looks like. It's kind of weird how it just looks like it's kind of following this a little bit. Now, Hedge Maker like 2 is going to be wild. It's probably going to integrate much easier into, I can't imagine how it could really integrate any easier. It's like very nice how this integrates. So you can put breaks in these too, so that it's like it just doesn't put any between there and there kind of thing. I forgot how to do that, but you can do it. Look at that now. See, now what we're going to do is we're going to turn Hedge Maker off. Control 9. Okay, I just one more little thing. I want to take this top one here. And I want to bring this grass down a little bit more this way. A little closer to the road. Generate, replace. Okay, okie dokie. I'll close that. All right. Ah, yes, see, it's now closer to the road. Let's just check it out in Iray. And which means that, you know, I can move the middle over. If I make it really wide, I can just kind of place these where I want them. This is nice. This is so nice. All right. is so highly advanced. I don't see anybody. Maybe I the only one who's really done anything in the Daz Gallery similar to this that I know of, because I kind of study all the stuff that's in the gallery, and Martin Frost does stuff like this, but that is really, really nice. And now what we do is we turn off Hedge Maker. Okay, just turn that off. Now we go to Ultra Scenery again. Okay, and we start just working with our Ultra Scenery 2. Okay, because we're going to put some grass and trees and stuff in here. Okay, and that's what Ultra Scenery does for us. As soon as it gives me back. Yeah, obviously, Martin Frost is highly sophisticated, and we don't see much art come out from him because he is just busy making content for, and it's too bad because, I think if you look up Ultra Scenery on YouTube, I think, I don't even know that any of the other people really do Ultra Scenery videos. It's like, it's too bad because there's like no spokesman, other than me, really showing this advanced stuff. But this, I'll tell you, the way this makes me feel making this, it kind of reminds me of years ago when I used to play around with Bryce and with the landscape, and that was like kindergarten stuff, but it made me feel so good. That is the way I feel when I'm working with Ultra Scenery. It's just that same, but it's much more sophisticated, much more complex. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add some biome. Okay, we're going to go here and add, let's add these aspen trees, and then let's go, okay, we'll add them. All right, and we'll add, it added 2,983. Okay, now add some aspen trees, and wait till we add the grass. Okay, clover, let's add some clover. I don't know that I want the white clover. Where's the white one? White clover. Okay, that works. Let's add some clover. Of course, it's not going to put the clover in the road. And we're going to add some grass. Wildflowers. No, we got clover already. And we'll add some grass cover. Okay. And we're going to come up here. We click turn on Iray preview, and it's at least show us our trees. It put a lot of trees in here. Okay. And I don't see any trees. Okay, what happened to our trees? Iray preview. Okay, maybe they're turned off. Okay, aspen trees. Let's see them. Oh my gosh, look at this. So, all right, let's save this. It's like done, except it needs we need a really nice, let's render this. We need a nice HDRI, and we're done. Yeah, see, if Martin wasn't so busy making more biomes and making more plants, and he just worked steady on that, it would just he could showcase some of this stuff that we have here. All right, cancel this. Yes. Okay. What did I forget? Okay, I forgot to turn on my Hedge Maker, and okay, there it is. And we're going to go out of Iray for now. And, I'm not, I kind of look at that and say it didn't need, it didn't need this stuff here because this is so beautiful just the way it is. But that's the whole point of this, is to do a study, okay? Control 9. Come back. Control 9. Then we're going to look for, okay, an HDRI. Okay, what if we turn off Hedge Maker just for now? And the thing is like, yeah, I've only got like 600 of those hedge bushes that going along this way, but those are very highly detailed hedge bushes. They're not your low poly hedge bushes. Okay, so let's see what this looks like in Iray now. Okay, that is very bright. We go to our environment. And we go to parameters. Okay. Now we turn back on our Hedge Maker. Okay, go out of this first. Save this. Okay, before I turn that on, I want to go back in. Parameters. Environment. Okay, I want to just shift this dome around, see if we can get some really nice shadows. Look like that. See this? Okay, that is why I shifted the dome. I think we'll go with this because the sky looks a little bit less ominous there. And now I could put my plane behind here and then, but leave these shadows, okay? Now we turn on, no, we go out of Iray. It's kind of a process here so I don't crash my computer here. We don't have water in the scene. Now we turn back on Hedge Maker, save this again, and click render. We're going to get to see the clover and the grass. What I didn't put was any stones along the road. I don't think I put stones, so I think we might be able to get by without them. Come on. I know you can do it. Look at this. This is our scene, people. There it is. So, Hedge Maker, this is it, people. This is how you do it. This is how you make the most gorgeous scene. Have a wonderful sleep, Art. Thank you very much. You've been here 4 hours, my friend. Thank you so kindly, everybody who's been here. You take care. Have a good night. I'm pretty much done, as you can see. I think I've done it for now. We've got a beautiful picture, so I'll take this down, and I don't think we need rocks. We could put some, we put some leaf debris. I don't think we need any leaves or anything here. I think this is just fine the way it is. It just really is. It's amazing. So look at how that came out. All that variety of those plants, just really nice. Thank you. Well, I'm headed to bed soon myself. Maybe I can sleep for 2 hours before. I took a nap today, but I might be able to sleep before I have to get up at 2 in the morning and see what Daz has. I'm up at 2 o'clock every morning. I never miss it. I get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to see what is new in the Daz store. So yeah, that's the way I am. I'm that kind of person. So if I'd put like longer pieces of grass, added some, this is stuff, that you can do. Just have some longer sprigs and all, things that really work here. But this works. You can now see the clover in here. And I'm not sure that it puts clover where the trees are. I think it's smart enough to not, but it looks like it goes up in there. So, okay, so what I'll just do is cancel this and just render it larger now. And render settings. Go to editor. And we're going to render it at 4,000. Go to my progressive. Maximum samples, maximum time. Okay, turn that. Save it again. And render. Now I could put a VDB in here, but I'm not gonna. I'm just not this time. Because there's so much detail in this scene, I kind of don't want to hide it with an atmosphere right now. So I think we're just gonna let it. It's just a landscape. So I think I've been making new categories in my gallery. I made one that's called fantasy and sci-fi, or something like fantasy and sci-fi. And then I made another one. I think I'm going to make another one that's just called like nature landscape. When it doesn't have people in it, just nature landscapes. Because this could very well have just at least one person walking up the road, maybe with a corn, one of those corn straw hat, kind of thing, and just barefoot, maybe walking with some overalls. Be kind of nice, just walking up the street. But look at this now. Look what we have. This now, I think it was, take me over here. Take me over here. I think it was Serenity Gate that was talking about a Montana landscape last night. I think it was Serenity Gate. So here's your Montana landscape, buddy. I think it is. This is about as Montana as you can get. Look at the detail we're going to have in this. This is just amazing. Very amazing. It looks like there's rocks there. There aren't rocks there. It's just a rock texture, but this is how nice Ultra Scenery's just ground texture is. And this is at 4,000 pixels. So I am very pleased with the way this turned out. So yeah, very pleased. Look at this. Look at the detail in that fence. That's Martin Frost. That's his work. Knotty pine. That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So this people, this is why you use Ultra Scenery. Look at these birches. Oh my gosh. I didn't know that. I thought it's that I picked aspens. Maybe they are aspens, but they look like birches. But maybe they're not. I don't know my trees that well. Sort of, you know, it looks like birch to me, but after, you know, so there it is. These look like kind of like berries or something. These planted themselves right perfectly. It follows the contours of the land. I am so pleased with this. I'm so pleased with Hedge Maker. This is just so nice. It really is. Look at that hedge. Yeah. So wild and wonderful. Thank you. Cue the lyrics in a little while from now. I'm feeling any promise to myself, treat myself, and visit. Oh, okay. I think I jumped ahead on art, behind on arts. Yeah, I scrolled up to. So we've had Anus here. We've had Sakar. We've had Angus here and Art. And we've had Serenity's Gate here tonight. Thank you, people. Thank you for the likes on the video. I guess this is going to do it for me. This is Rex Red saying so long for now. This is EZ3DTV. And I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you, Art. Thank you very much. I will see you all in the next tutorial, and we're probably going to, the next tutorial is going to be Hedge Maker Part 3, and we're just going to keep going. We have, I think I pretty much got Hedge Maker down. Like tonight, it was like, I think we achieved like a miracle. So if you follow this, you can make your own sets. You can use it with Ultra Scenery too. I've shown you pretty much everything now. So I am very pleased with the way Hedge Maker just all of a sudden seemed to like become clear. So take care, people. Please like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. And leave comments if you'd like. Bring your friends in. Stop in for the live chat. If you click the bell for all notifications, you can't just click for notifications. You will get notifications, and you can come in and be part of the chat. Angus, thank you for hanging out and watching. I hope you enjoyed the evening, Angus. You take care. I will talk with you soon. Good night. Good night.